Nightcrawler. This came out in 2014, directed and written by Dan Gilroy. This is a crime drama thriller movie around 1 hour and 57 minutes long. Now, the story of this being Lewis Bloom, a conman desperate for work, basically muscles his way into the world of LA crime journalism. He blurs the line between observer and participant to become a star of his own story. Let's jump straight into the good points. Now, the good points about this movie is this was a directorial debut for Dan Gilroy. Obviously, being a writer in the past, writing a lot of stuff, this was his first movie being a director. Really, what an impression he made with this movie. He deserves a lot of credit for what he'd done in this movie. When it comes to the technical side of the movie, though, the cinematography was outstanding. We really got a lot of nice shots. A lot of the lighting being set in the night time, so it was a lot of darkness, but it really suited the characters and stuff on the screen and what they was trying to do. The location being obviously set in LA, which is a nice location as well in America. You get a lot of nice shots, but also that editing as well. The editing they put into this, there wasn't a lot of fast-paced stuff, but really when it comes to them slow tension building moments, the editing was so precise. It really was a good job in my opinion. The tone of the movie and the pacing. Now, the tone of the movie was really suspenseful. It was nail-biting, it was gritting, it was tense throughout the whole movie. You really got a lot of emotions throughout this movie, and sometimes even comedy being added into this movie, because the character of Lewis Bloom sometimes can generally make you laugh, can make you scared. He's a character which is very unique. But not only that, the pacing of the movie. There was some fast-paced moments within there, because obviously there was some sort of action, but really it was all a lot of slow-paced stuff, which really matched the tone of the movie, the aim of the movie. Really, really well done to the directors and all the, obviously, production team with this movie. Now, the writing of the movie was really well written. I really enjoyed what they'd done with this movie, and the script as well. Alongside that, we really got some great dialogue between characters when it comes to Lewis Bloom really trying to outsmarten people and really force them to do things in the way he speaks and how fast he speaks. We really got a great script in there and some great writing. Storyline and the plot, in my opinion, was outstanding. You don't really get to see a lot of movies like this. It's what makes it so unique. It was so interesting from the beginning to the end. I must admit, in the first 5-10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes max, I was wondering what the hype was all about. But once we got straight into that part, maybe just after the first act, I really started to understand what people were saying about this movie. Jake Gyllenhaal playing as Lewis Bloom, the main character, of course. I want to give a lot of credit to Jake Gyllenhaal as well. When I was reading up about this role and what he had to take on, he really lost a lot of weight for the role to really match the character. And in my opinion, this is probably his best performance yet. And that is really shocking for me, because there's a lot of other movies which I've seen him in which I think he's been great. But really, this is his best character, his best performance in my opinion. And I didn't see the actor of Jake Gyllenhaal on the screen. I see the character. I love the character of Lewis Bloom. And when I see Jake Gyllenhaal, sometimes I even now get confused between Lewis Bloom and Jake Gyllenhaal now, because he plays the character so well, and it is really rare you find a character just like that. It's sort of like looking at Hugh Jackman and thinking of the Wolverine, or looking at Ryan Reynolds and thinking Deadpool. It's one of them sort of situations. Bill Paxton playing as Joe. He was mainly the competition for Lewis in the movie. Obviously being another anchor TV show person, obviously trying to get the film footage and stuff like that. Really doing a good job being competition, trying to up him, trying to get Lewis on his team at one point. Obviously Lewis rejecting, then he decides to go one better and trying to annoy Lewis, and then obviously Lewis retaliating in the movie. For people who haven't seen the movie, I'm not going to spoil it of course, but really, really enjoyable character. I really did enjoy his performance in this movie. Alongside him we have Rene Russo as Nina. Now obviously she was a big person when it comes to the actual news channel, putting things out there, obviously knowing people in that business as well, and sort of had a funny relationship when it comes to her and Lewis as well. Lewis really getting in her head, obviously really trying to get her on his side because she knows people there, trying to get the job that he obviously wants, and the way that their relationship works, it's sort of like a controlling relationship. It really is. He's got stuff over her, he obviously gets the stuff for her to keep her job and stuff like that. It really is a great relationship to see on the screen, because you don't really get to see relationships like this. Riz Ahmed's performance as Rick. Rick was a great character, a very human-related character. You can understand him and feel for him. He was just trying to earn money. He's been in and out of work and stuff. And his relationship with Lewis was, again, something special. That's the thing with the character of Lewis. It's a special character because you've not really seen a lot of this sort of character on TV or on movies before. And his relationship with everybody is different. Even though he's doing the same thing, he's got a different relationship with everybody. And Rick was a great character for that, because he was the most understandable and humanised character out of everybody, in my opinion. But really, Riz Ahmed really given a great performance in this movie as well. But my personal interest in the movie really was the use of how they used the news, and obviously being on telly, and how they used the media within the news and stuff like that. The way they use, obviously, cameras in the movie and stuff. The whole media aspect of this movie really interests me. Coming from a media background, from obviously college and school and stuff, it really did interest me. Oh, the whole idea of Jake Gyllenhaal as Lewis being the protagonist, the hero of the movie, or the main character, should I say. But not only that, him being the antagonist, the villain of the movie, really is something unique which you don't really get to see. Really, when you're going through the movie, you're trying to understand his character, and then when you get to the sort of 3/4 of the way through, maybe halfway through, maybe after that really, you really start to think, okay, this guy's actually crazy. He's really the bad guy, but you really like him. It's sort of like the Joker in the Batman. He's really twisted in that way, and it's so epic and so interesting. And I love the realism added to the movie, of the way they showed how media and the way they put it onto TV, and the way it can be so manipulative and so weird backstage of how they use the news channels. It just goes to show the realism of it. And my favourite scene, I must say, is the scene where Lewis absolutely loses his temper once pressure starts getting on him. And you've seen it all probably on the GIF. He loses his temper, smashes the mirror, but also shakes the mirror as well beforehand. It is a great scene. It just goes to show the experience and the professionalism of this character of Lewis Bloom by Jake Gyllenhaal. Let's jump straight into the bad points. Only joking, there isn't no bad points. Let's just jump straight into those critics' ratings. We have IMDb giving it a 7.9 out of 10, Rotten Tomatoes giving it a 95%, and Metacritic giving it a 76. My rating for this movie is a 9 out of 10. That makes this a totally fucking awesome movie. Guys, in my opinion, how hasn't Jake Gyllenhaal won an Oscar for this movie? His performance alone really sells this movie. How hasn't he even been nominated for this movie? It's an absolute crime that he hasn't been nominated for this movie. I thought Prisoners was his best performance in a movie yet, and his best movie, but boy was I wrong. This movie is by far his best movie, and this movie was just absolutely fantastic, guys. A must watch. If you haven't seen it like I was absolutely crazy not to see it until now. You did definitely need to go and check it out, and even if you have seen it, just go and watch it again. It is just absolutely so fun, so interesting, and so unique. So guys, a 9 out of 10 for Nightcrawler. Don't forget to let me know your ratings and thoughts down below in that comment section. Of course, I'd love to hear what you think about the movie in that comment section. And guys, if you enjoyed this video, smash that thumbs up button. Helps the video get around, it helps the channel as well, and also lets me know you enjoy the content I'm giving you to give you more just like this one. And if you're new here guys, consider subscribing and hitting that bell for much more awesome movies and TV series content. On this channel, when it comes to movies and TV series, I'm trying to create a community which love talking about movies and TV series, of course, but on this channel we review stuff, we react to trailers, and we also rank stuff from the worst to the best. Recently, obviously, doing the Fast and the Furious franchise, reviewed all the movies as well as Hobbs and Shaw, and ranked them all from the worst to the best. If you want to check that out, I'll leave a playlist link in the description, an annotation at the end of the video, and a card above my head for you guys to go and check that out. I'll be very grateful if you can. Guys, subscribe. I'm on the road to 300 subscribers, 5 subscribers away at the moment of obviously recording this. It could change, of course, but I'm super grateful to everybody who supports me and the channel. I really do appreciate it. I'll be back with a lot more great content, obviously uploading a lot more regular once my internet gets sorted. At the moment, I've got no internet. I'm using my mobile data, so that's pretty much on like 2 GB at the moment. So bear with me guys, I will be back uploading a lot more consistently, giving you a lot more reviews, rankings and reactions, so stay tuned guys. Thank you very much. I've been me, you've been you, and I'll see you next time guys on Talking with Jay Springer.